Hello everyone, Mr. Shepherd here again, and we are just going to finish off our maths topic of 3D shapes today. And today we're going to be looking at comparing 3D shapes. Now when we're talking about comparing shapes, we're going to be talking about looking at what is similar about those shapes and what is different. Okay, so that's what we're going to do when we compare them. So let's have a look at our first slide. Okay, one of the things that we can do when we compare shapes is put them into together in different groups. All right, so we're going to be doing that today. To put 3D shapes into groups, we need to think about what properties the shapes have. Can you remember what we mean by properties of shapes? Okay, so we've got a video here for you to watch if you need a reminder of that sort of thing. And what we're talking about when we're talking about the properties is what makes that shape up. So we're thinking about our things like our edges, our faces, our curved surfaces, our circular faces on some of them. Remembering that a face is a flat surface, or a flat part of the shape. And then we've got our curved surfaces, those things like we have on cones and balls and things like that, our curved surfaces. Okay, but you can go and have a look at the video and remind yourself of that. And of course, we've got our vertexes, which are our corners of our shapes. All right, so let's have a look. So we've got 4 different shapes here, and we're being asked to put them into groups. All right, so we want to have a think. How would you put these into 2 groups? Just have a think for yourself. Can you spot anything that is similar about those shapes that would mean you could group them together into 2 groups? Okay. So we're going to go on to the next slide and have a look, and that'll be done for us. Okay, so we've got 2 groups now. We've got the square-based pyramid and the cube in one group, and we've got the cone and the cylinder in another group. Okay. Can you spot all the properties that both shapes have in common in each group? Well, if we look at our ones on the left first, we've got our square-based pyramid and our cube. So what's similar about our square-based pyramid and our cube? What do they have in common? Can you spot anything? Thinking about things like edges and vertices and faces. What have they got in common? Right. Both have at least one square flat face. Okay, so the bottom of a square-based pyramid is a square. If we had a look at the bottom of a square-based pyramid, we would see that it is actually a square. So we've got a square flat face on that 3D shape, just like we've got on our cube. Okay, so that's one of the things we can group them together, saying that they've both got flat square faces, at least one of them each. Okay, 1 on our square-based pyramid, and we've got 6 on our cube. Okay, so they both have more than 5 vertices. Okay, so they've both got more than 5 vertices. If we count our vertices on our square-based pyramid, we've got 4 on the bottom, and then we've got a 5th one on the top. Okay, so they've got 5 or more. And of course, our cube's got more vertices than that. Okay, so that's one of the things we could group them together by. Okay, they both have more than 7 edges. It's another way that we could group them together. Okay, they've got more than 7 edges. Now let's look at these 2 shapes. We've got our cone and our cylinder. So we've got very different sort of properties on a cone and cylinder. Being curved shapes, we see a lot less edges and we see a lot less vertexes. So let's have a look at what we got. Can we spot these, the properties that both of these shapes have in common? Okay, both have got a curved surface, all right? So they've both got a curved surface. We don't see that a curved surface on our square-based pyramid or our square-based pyramid or our cube, I should say. Okay, so that's one of the things that these have in common. They've both got a curved surface. What else? Both have at least one circular flat face. Okay, again, that's particular to a cone and a cylinder. We don't see that on our other 2 shapes. Okay, can we think of anything else they have in common? Can you think of anything else that they have in common? Let's see, what else can we say? Okay, they've both got two edges or less. Okay, so on a cylinder, we've got an edge at the top, a circular edge at the top there, and then a circular edge at the bottom. And then on our cone, we've got a circular edge at the bottom. So both have two edges or less. Okay, so we've got less for the cone, we've got two edges on our cylinder.